Hello everybody, this is BitSeven Crypto News Daily Digest. Ripple entered into partnership with Euro Exim Bank. Who's next? Earlier it was reported that Euro Exim Bank was the first bank that began to carry out international transfers using xRapid technology from Ripple. Representatives of the institution said they also plan to apply Ripple's blockchain for testing new system of trading and finances. Euro Exim Bank was launched in 2011, opening offices in London and Saint Lucia, island nation in Caribbean. The bank has long been providing financial services to exporters and importers. You probably heard about Graham Bright's interview for the Global Trade Review, where he mentioned the xCurrent product, a blockchain development from a San Francisco company. Daily Hodl reported on conducting tests by the bank with xCurrent. According to Bright, at the moment, Ripple has provided xCurrent product for exchanging payment messages, and now both sides are preparing to test the possibility of implementing xCurrent in trading and financial instructions. Next, Bright said, "It seems that this is something like SWIFT system offers today, but built on blockchain technology that makes it possible to perform transactions in real time directly without the involvement of a third party. The aim is to simply divide payment instructions, use messages to transfer trade and financial instructions directly to the counterparty. This may be a message about the loan or a guarantee of fulfillment of obligations. Technically, all this information can be passed through a message to xCurrent." If we talk about the product xRapid from Ripple, Euro Exim Bank says it plans to begin commercial use of this technology in the first quarter of 2019. Later, the bank announced a video about the potential use of new payment systems of a new generation. As for Ripple's own xRapid token, it ranks second in capitalization of $11,895,687,128, and the rate remains relatively stable. The XRP price has dropped a few percent in the last 24 hours and currently stands at 0.288987. Washington has passed a blockchain law. The Senate of Washington proposed a decree according to which the blockchain and distributed databases will be adopted. According to Blockmanity, the document talks about stimulating the development and implementation of the blockchain, and this initiative changes the current legislation. 4 Republican senators from Washington approved Executive Order number 5638 on Friday, January 25th. The changes will affect Washington's Digital Authentication Act, including a new paragraph 19.34 and updating the existing assignment and design paragraphs 19.34.010 and definitions 19.34.020. The rules that still work today contain secure digital messages that ensure the legal status of virtual signatures. In the latest version of the decree, the technology of the distributed registry will also be added to the list of legal terms, due to which the progression of decentralized systems is legitimately encouraged. In the present position, the blockchain and DLT technology has the following definition. A blockchain is a decentralized consensus journal or database containing chronologically consistent information and cryptographic protection that can be maintained through the Internet, local area network, and other types of interconnection. Distributed ledger technology is a digital summary that contains the ledger and the basic infrastructure, including the blockchain, within which the decentralized and synchronized ledger is used for collective use. In addition, a clear indication of what private keys, virtual signatures, and other terms used in the blockchain are given. The rest of the states are also working intensively in order to create a clear legislative base for regulatory cryptocurrency and blockchains. At the same time, the attitude to this technology is very different depending on the state. For example, the Wyoming government in a recently published decree recognized Bitcoin and some other assets, while Pennsylvania regulators said that cryptocurrency trading platforms and ATMs can operate without a license. But with that being said, cryptocurrency still is not recognized as money. In the fourth quarter of 2018, the Ohio tax service began accepting Bitcoin for payment, followed by colleagues from New Hampshire and Indiana. The adoption of the blockchain in such a large state as Washington should stimulate startups and already working companies to develop innovative technologies. Iran issued its own stablecoin based on Real. There's a possibility of Iran announcing its own state cryptocurrency on the conference Electronic Banking and Payment Systems in Tehran this week, reports Al Jazeera. Earlier officials of Iran already had in mind this option for issuing such cryptocurrency as the means for bypassing sanctions from US that were imposed on their country already back in November and have negative impact on its economic growth. Besides stablecoin emission based on Iran Rial, Tehran can also implement technology for creating alternative of payment system SWIFT, which Iranian banks had access difficulties due to those same sanctions. The sources gave their doubts due to the crazy scale of these realizations, but noted that it might be possible if talking about local use of cryptocurrency, for example in consumer payments. Crypto-real will surely not be able to replace Bitcoin due to its centralized nature, but its issuing is harmless. Despite digital currencies of central banks may never get widespread accepted among the general public, they can offer some new options for startups and developers who were earlier had to work with centralized API of banks, stated blockchain developer from Iranian company Redfa, Yashar Rashidi. Iranian stablecoin will use private blockchain, possibly one of the variations of the Ethereum and Hyperledger. It is assumed that some of the market participants will be able to use this tool, maybe even exchanges. However, it is highly unlikely that the companies under American influence will be using this technology. Suffice it to recall the public decline on integrating Venezuelan cryptocurrency El Petro. European countries decided on not supporting the isolation policy of USA and organized alternative payment system for international trade with Iran. In December, American lawmakers issued a warning that they are ready to impose sanctions on any form of crypto-real. In November, Binance Exchange asked Iranian users to withdraw their access from its platform due to the sanctions between citizens to crypto-real by the end of the year, making it clear that they are ignoring the incoming threats about new sanctions from Washington. Domestically, there is a high demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and the volume of transactions with digital assets on the P2P platform Local Bitcoins set one record after another. This is explained by the fact that due to US sanctions, the amount of US dollars entering Iran has dropped drastically, and amid the devaluation of the Iranian rial by an average of 5% per month. Domestically, there is a high demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, and the volume of transactions with digital assets on the P2P platform Local Bitcoins sets one record after another. This is explained by the fact that due to US sanctions, the amount of US dollars entering Iran has dropped drastically, and amid the devaluation of the Iranian rial by an average of 5% per month, the local population resorts to cryptocurrencies as an alternative way to save money. These were daily news from BitSeven. Subscribe to our channel and like our video. And if you want to make money with crypto trading, join BitSeven.com. Link is below.